The Philadelphia Eagles ended up coming back against the Buffalo Bills in overtime, and they ended up getting this win here. And today we're going to analyze the tape of the offensive line. We'll look at some of the passes by the quarterback, some of the runs by the running back. I want to start with the first play of the game because when I watched this play live and I saw a little bit of pressure from Jalen Hurts, saw the replay and realized it was the right tackle, Jack Driscoll, who was filling in for Lane Johnson, who was ruled out with the groin injury. This play right here kind of made me feel like, hey, there's a chance that if this offensive line can't hold up, this could ultimately be a massive impact on the game. Now, in my opinion, watching all the snaps, Jake Driscoll ended up having a pretty decent game. But he did have this first loss right here. He ends up just getting beat with the speed rush to the outside with the hezzy, come back to the inside. The DN's going to swipe away the hands. He's going to straight up just beat the right tackle. But Hurts does a good job being able to kind of get out of there, breaks the tackle, and he's able to just kind of get the ball out and ultimately throw the ball away. But this is how the game started. So we're going to analyze a lot of plays today. I am very fired up for it. Let's just get right into it. You got a 23-yard run here by Kenneth Gainswell. A really nice job by the guys up front. Great vision by the running back as well. Makes a guy miss and ends up on the 3-yard line. The Eagles are going to run a split zone concept here. And of course, Gainswell runs this exactly where this is meant to run. Right to the inside hip of the left guard. And this one, really nice job by the center to hit the one technique, allows the right guard to overtake this guy. And then he's going to end up climbing to the linebacker and seal him out to the left. And the running back's going to hit that right to the inside. Keep an eye on Kelsey on this one. A beautiful job, doubles. Really makes sure Cam Jurgens is able to overtake him. And he ends up hitting number 25. You see the lane really just develop right there. So really nice job by Jason Kelsey. Let's go ahead and get to the next snap. You got a 10-yard run here by Bart Scott. A really nice job by the right guard, Cam Jurgens. He's one of those guys I've talked about a lot in the past. If you guys have watched any of my content, he's a guy that I think is going to become a really, really solid football player. Not sure if he'll be the starting center as Kelsey kind of retires. I think at this point, Kelsey can probably continue to play and still be the best center in the NFL based off of what we've seen. But Cam Jurgens at right guard definitely makes sense as well. You have a really nice reach block here on the one technique defensive tackle. He's going to be able to cut him off. And this block right here is what's going to allow this run play to hit. So this is a great job reach blocking on the zone run, getting right in front of the defensive tackle and really shuts him down. And this one, of course, picks up 10 yards. Let's go ahead and get to the next snap. You're going to get a 36-yard run here by DeAndre Swift. This one came early on in the third quarter. I felt like this really shifted the momentum in the game. Not that the Eagles weren't in the game or anything like that, but the score was 7-17 at this point, and I felt like the Eagles needed a spark. And I felt like this play right here definitely gave the Philadelphia Eagles the spark they needed. And it's a really nice job up front. To me, this is part of what makes Kelsey such a special football player. It's because of blocks like this. You know, when Kelsey's able to pull out in front and do a great job crushing the front side safety here, moves him the hell up out of there, physical, tough as hell. At the same time, the left guard really stops the one technique here. The left tackle takes this defensive end and moves him out of the gap here. And of course, with that, Kelsey's able to kind of lead and get out in front and really help the running back pop. Jurgens does a good job on the linebacker, and Swift has the vision to hit this one for 36 yards. It's a beautiful job right there. Let's get into the next snap. You got a 33-yard pass here by Jalen Hurts. Really nice job. To me, this is a perfect play for the defense that kind of was drawn up. The offense is going to run what is called the Yankee concept, which is basically a post route with the crossing pattern and those two guys. One of them usually gets open depending on the defense. Now, this one's kind of interesting because pre-snap, and I'm going to back this up here, you'll notice how the tight end here is going to go into motion, and you'll see that the safety kind of follows him a little bit. So that would technically indicate man coverage. But this is not man coverage, and you can actually even see it that there's two safeties kind of splitting the field. And post-snap, they're actually going to rotate this into a cover 4. So I think Hurts initially, maybe took a second to kind of read it, realized that, hey, this isn't what they initially showed pre-snap. But he does find the crossing wide receiver in Devontae Smith. This is a perfect job by Hurts. At the same time, you see the offensive line's going to do a good job. You get the play action. Hurts is going to read the defense. He's going to recognize the rotation of the safeties. And he's going to see Devontae Smith come open across the middle of the field. Now, this is a cover 4, which means depending on the rules, one of these two guys should have picked up Devontae Smith. But of course, they're going to worry about A.J. Brown going deep, and you can see Smith's able to get open. Of course, the quarterback throws it to him as he's open. And just like that, you're going to pick up 33 yards, of which 15 yards come after the catch. That's a really nice job. Let's get into the next snap. In my opinion, DeAndre Swift is a elite running back in the NFL. And he doesn't get the credit that he deserves. And he also doesn't get the touches that some of the other guys in the NFL have. But almost every single game, if you give this guy like 10 touches, he'll bust one for a massive game. And a part of what makes this guy such an elite player, in my opinion, is the vision that he has. It's plays like this right here. He's going to quickly recognize what's not available, and that's going to be an outside lane. And he's going to be able to cut this to the inside. Like right now, you don't see anything to the inside of this left tackle. But look at Swift, how he processes information. He's able to quickly jump this to the inside as the lane does develop. He picks up 5 yards just like that. It's a really nice run. Let's get into the next snap. You got a 15-yard touchdown pass here by Jalen Hurts. Love the design of this play and love the ball placement by Hurts as well. So you're going to run the fake screen to the right of the formation. And you're going to see this is going to suck in the cornerback. And as this cornerback here jumps it, you have two guys that are going to kind of stretch the field in Smith and Brown. And the safety here has to make his choice. If he goes inside, Hurts throws it over the top. But you'll see he's going to actually go outside. And Hurts is going to hit Devontae Smith right in between the numbers. And I absolutely love the ball placement on this one. Jalen Hurts has to fit it in between 3 guys and over the top of the underneath guy. And he's able to put it exactly where the ball needs to be. Smith's able to catch it, brace himself from the hit. That's exactly how you want to do it if you're Jalen Hurts. Love that pass. Let's get into the next snap. You got a 3rd and 15, and Jalen Hurts is going to throw a 29-yard touchdown pass. And this is part of why Jalen Hurts is one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL. This is why he's an elite player in the NFL, is because of plays like this. I mean, first and foremost, I think the offensive line do a pretty good job with the defensive line game off the left here. If you guys look at Landon Dickerson and Jordan Mailata, they're going to do a nice job passing and picking up the twist to the left. And Hurts does a really nice job as well, recognizing that the containment on the edge is ultimately lost by the defensive tackle. And he's going to roll out of there. And with that, he's going to keep his eyes downfield. He's going to direct his wide receiver right there on what to do exactly within this play. The receiver obviously recognizes it. Zacchaeus is ultimately going to take this upwards, and Jalen Hurts is going to put it exactly where the ball needs to be. And just like that, you get a 29-yard touchdown pass. I mean, that is a beautiful, beautiful play by Jalen Hurts. Let's go ahead and get to the next snap. Check this play out here. Hurts is going to end up taking off. He's going to get 7 yards on this one. But look at the time that Jalen Hurts has in the pocket. Now, this is exactly why the Eagles' offensive line is the best offensive line in the NFL. Jalen Hurts gets so much time in the pocket. And yes, of course, his ability to extend the play, his ability to make people miss and be able to get out of there if you lose containment does slow the pass rush down, of course. But the offensive line does a really nice job on so many snaps. Week in, week out, Jalen Hurts has basically all day to throw. And, this isn't the only snap where this happens. There's hundreds of snaps on tape where Jalen Hurts literally has all day to throw. Very, very clean pocket by the offensive line. And this is part of why I think this Eagles team once again this season is going to have a shot at actually winning the Super Bowl once again. Is because of plays like this. And I would make the argument that the Eagles have gotten a lot better over the past couple of weeks than the first couple of weeks. And I think a part of that is because the defensive guys have kind of started to get better. The offensive guys, I feel like, are starting to click a little bit more. DeAndre Swift definitely looks more comfortable now than he did maybe earlier on in the season, especially behind this offensive line. And I want to go ahead and wrap this video up with the 16-yard run by DeAndre Swift in overtime. That really, really impressed me. This vision and change of direction right here is elite. This is why I said earlier I think DeAndre Swift is an elite running back, is because of plays like this. The way this guy moves, the way this guy's able to change direction and make the reads, right, between the different gaps. And this is exactly how zone runs are supposed to work, right? Backing this play up here, if the front side gap in a zone run is not available, rather that's the furthest gap to the outside. As the running back's going to continue this, he's going to look at all of these different gaps. And ultimately, he has the possibility to bend it all the way to the backside. You can just see it in this play, like the different reads and the different change of directions. That's impressive as hell. DeAndre Swift, the way he does this is truly, truly elite. And this is part of why I think DeAndre Swift's such a good fit for the Philadelphia Eagles. Of course, the Lions gave up on this guy too early, in my opinion, because this guy is truly one of the most elite playmakers at the running back position. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, consider subscribing. We will be covering the Eagles as we go forward. Of course, we got some Jalen Carter content coming. Jordan Davis, to me, really stood out. I haven't watched the defensive tape specifically in here, but I did watch the game live yesterday, and I know Jordan Davis made a couple of really, really nice plays. And of course, the Philadelphia Eagles were ultimately able to get the win. Subscribe if you're not subscribed, and I will see you guys next time with another video.